In this video, I'll be teaching you how to get clients, and I'm going to be showing you one of the most important secrets you need to know if you want to get clients for your project or for your online business, irrespective of the type of business idea you have, whether it's for freelancing, virtual assistant, online business, content creation, affiliate marketing, blogger, and even for the case of a job. Yes, there are companies that you can apply. Let me show you a simple example here. When I come to this particular email, you get to see, trust this meet you well. Scroll to your training with us, so, everything. This request from you a 1 minute video introducing yourself and telling us why should we hire you. So this is a sample of email that was sent to someone who consulted me that they need guide on how they can send email so that they can get a job. The person went through the process and it got to this very stage. So you will now see why it is very, very important that you need to have an idea on content creation, because this point that says introducing yourself, a 1 minute video, and then telling us why we should hire you. This is a very, very tricky question. This is where the problem begins to set in. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking everything down for you. So you get to see this very important skill that you need to know and how you should go about it. Let me be breaking it down further as I go. There are 4 ways in which when you are trying to contact any business or trying to get a job or trying to introduce yourself online to any business or any organization to work with, there are 3 basic ways we do this application. We have the personal to personal application for the case for mostly for people who want to do virtual assisting, freelancing, and the rest of them. So these categories matters a lot. I'm going to be giving you guys a detailed template as time goes on where you can have access to it. So we have personal to business application. This one mostly for people who do freelancing, partnership, and mostly even content creators in this case. Then we have business to business, where you set up an agency to agency. That means your own agency is going to work with another agency to partner, where they help each other to benefit. So it's all about mutual benefit in this particular case. So this skill you will need, which is one of the most important skill, is the skill of marketing. Yes, this marketing skill is very, very important. I'm going to tell you more about it. This is what they want to see from this particular email. They say introducing yourself and then tell us why you want us to hire you. This means they want to know how this person can actually package himself or herself to the organization and then tell them what value they have. That is what this thing is. So if you understand this, it's going to be very, very easy for you to know how to make that video presentation in 1 minute, as short as possible. So if we should come here, you get to see an example of an email. You can see this is a very, very fraudulent email. If I go further, you can see very, very fraudulent email. I'm going to tell you why this email is very, very bad. If I come to this other one again, you can see this is also another bad email. Let's go further. You can see this is very, very bad. You can see the arrangement. I'm going to tell you as time goes on why this email is bad and why I'm showing you now. If I come here now, if I continue, this skill that you need to have goes beyond just building social media profile, having good optimization. Yes, all these things are very, very important. But as you can clearly see from this email where they said a 1 minute video, so this is where the problem begins to set in. So that means they want to know how good you are in packaging yourself, in presenting yourself. And for you to do that, you will need to know this very particular skill, which is copywriting. Yes, it's a skill of its own where you need to properly train yourself to understand, despite the fact that it is a way in which you package yourself, persuasive writing to get to work with people. In this case, we are going to be looking at the aspect of the email copywriting. That is where the beginning starts. Copywriting. So if this person was to be a business person, this 1 minute video that they said the person should write, a 1 minute video here introducing what is going to be what we call part of a sales funnel, where we call it a video sales letter. Don't worry, I'm going to be breaking these things with time. Just pay close attention. So this because of the complication or some little differences that comes with this particular skill. Most people who become very successful in this particular skill most of the time over the internet are this group of people who are called Yahoo boys. Most of us must have heard of this keyword Yahoo boys before. Yes, this the email I just showed you earlier. This particular email are the type of email they sent. But there is something that makes this email, despite the fact that it's good, but there's something that makes it very fraudulent that if by just looking at it for some of us, we easily know it's a fraudulent one. Let's go back to this. So these Yahoo boys are people who understand the concept of copywriting very well. They understand the game very well because those days people do businesses online mostly before the coming of social media and the rest of them. Big corporations works all over the world using email, and this email server was mostly then Yahoo. So that is why they are called Yahoo boys, because they understand the game of writing this email, sending this email. But there is something missing. As I said, half information is dangerous. They don't have the skill to fulfill this requirement. So the only way is to resort into defrauding their victim. That is why they are called Yahoo boys. So this means in your own case, this skill is very, very important. You will learn it, but not to use it to scam, but to make yourself presentable and where people can actually work with it. It's a very powerful skill. If I go back to this, my former email again, I'm going to show you an example of a PayPal scam email so that you get to appreciate what I'm talking about. So you can actually see this sample of email. It claims it came from PayPal and whatsoever, and even saying using PayPal and whatsoever. This email is pure scam because from the beginning, the domain name has exposed this email to make it very clear that no PayPal will send you a phone number and they will ask you to call them. So you can see, yes, they have a very good write-up. Everything is neatly arranged, but this is pure scam. So let me show you examples of properly written email. In this case, if I come to this particular one, you can see, hey, there you can see the email that is well written by a business person. You can see everything is properly arranged. Neat, 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 neat. So you can actually see the difference now down to other relevant information. You can see against those ones that are fraudulent. If I go to this other one, this one too is very short, but you can see the information is very clear. Influencers can do this, tell me the value, and then the person's information is clear. So that is the first thing you need to be aware of. Don't worry, with time you get to appreciate these things. When you take your time to go through this video again, you can see this is the scam and this is the real one. So you can see, despite the fact that it's pointing me to a URL and making other information available, you can see this one, while this one in this case is just some random nonsense write-up. So this skill is as important as anything you can think of. So let's go further now. So this marketing system, marketing skill, you need to be aware that people who do businesses, they want to be noticed, and this is a very powerful skill. You must have the ability to write in a persuasive way that people will notice you. So those people who wrote this type of email are called email copywriter. It's a very important skill for any job, for any even freelancing and even affiliate marketing. So as I've already given you the history of how we got to this concept of most of these Yahoo boys, you've seen where they are working with this half information. They have the skill of marketing, but they don't have anything to offer, so they have to resort to scam. So why I teach you this, I want you to really make good value of this. No information is a waste, irrespective of whether you want to be a content creator or whatsoever. Is very, very important for you to have, so that it will be easier for you to identify fraudulent email from good email, and also you learn how you'll be able to write to organizations and people to work with. Let me tell you, content creation, no matter how good you are in it, you need to partner with businesses if you want to make good money, because what those social media platforms are paying you, let me tell you, at the end of the day, it cannot even cover for the expenses you spend in posting those content. That is one secret I'm just giving you now. So it's not as lucrative as you think. So there are different types of writing this email. We have the cold outreach, we have the warm, and we have the sales outreach. When we talk about cold outreach, like the email I showed you this very one earlier, It's a form of a cold outreach. You write, you introduce yourself, you make everything clear so that the organization can see what you have to offer. And there are good ways you write these things. You don't write it anyhow. I understand that some people have problem with letter writing, especially in the social media era where there is a lot of distraction. Even with the current concept of AI, let me tell you, if you are using AI, you must learn how to write correctly. That is why I'm emphasizing you learn the manual way. Because if you don't learn the manual way, you will not know when these AI softwares are giving you rubbish. Because for a smart person, a business person, they receive thousands of these emails every day, and it's very easy for them to notice if you are just copying some nonsense and sending to them. This is why we're able to get very good success in this particular case. Don't worry, I'll make the template available for you guys in the comment section or the description box. So this is it, the cold outreach. In this case, you are writing to this person. You have never met this person. You don't know this person in the first instance. And what will make you achieve this success is what we call the research. So all this, you must have a very good research, a very good information about what you are applying. You cannot just go and begin to apply on anything you see on the internet space. So this case, we have warm outreach. In this case, you have very good information about this person. This person must have heard about you before, or he must have heard about the offer before. Then you are trying to remind that person. Then at this level, this is the final stage where you now tweak or pitch your offer to the person. So this is why you learn to write as a human being, because all these people you are writing to, the CEO of organization, the marketing manager, the whosoever you are writing to, or the content creator, they are human beings. And even though most of them on this internet space are there for businesses, you need to be aware of the fact that they are human beings, so they have feelings. So you must learn to respect their feelings. You don't just write as if you are writing to at a beer parlor or talking to people anyhow. So this is why the concept of formal writing remains very, very important. Those who go through the school system, I believe a lot of people never paid attention to their formal writing class. When they say writing of business letter, most people ignore it. They feel the teacher is being disturbing. They cannot wait to finish. They cannot wait to collect certificate. Now you are faced with the reality of what you are running away from. Now you must learn these things and be very good at it. So take for example, if I'm to be this same person, let me go back to this fraudulent email I showed you guys earlier. You see, this person just write and telling me that I made a purchase, that in my invoice, waiting, all sort of nonsense. This doesn't carry water. This is pure foolishness. Yes, if I'm to be the person that wrote this email, rather than wasting my time to promote PayPal, I can actually sign into an affiliate program for another business where I will promote their product. We'll go into partnership where I'll promote their own product as a solution to pay in replacement of PayPal, where they get to pay me for every referral I bring for them. But you can see they are busy wasting it. Sooner or later, this phone number will be deleted or will be blocked, and the person behind this might even be arrested. So what have they done? Just wasted their time, wasted their resources. Possibly the money they will get at the end of the day might not even be enough for anything. They cannot even build a lifetime business on this. The email is going to be blocked, losses all over the world. At the end of the day, they might even lose this money by the time the security agencies get after them. So you can see the disadvantage now. But if I'm to pick this same email in this case and I should pitch it, you will get to see how I'll package it. Take for example, I've identified another global platform that can compete favorably with PayPal. I test run it, it works. The next thing I'll do is the subject line matters. Check out this global payment processor that beats PayPal speed. You can see I just write a very catchy heading here that whosoever will want to work this, I'm trying to play the role of the game of the competitor. So I'm using the competitor which they already know. So they will want to check it out. And I check, hey there, a new dawn for your business to go global with this hassle-free opportunity. No deal, delete, identify the problem that an average PayPal user has, which is what they keep telling you about Pinpoint, and then I continue. I'm just giving you secret for those who will be using this for affiliate marketing. So I now show them the value, good for your Facebook payment, Twitter, and the rest of them, and even international payment. Then I will now drop my call to action and tell them they can check out the link to my affiliate link or to whatsoever offer I'm giving. You can see I just gave you guys a $1,000 idea. This idea can change your life if you are doing it properly. So you can see, why waste your time all in the name of trying to scam? What is $480? $480 cannot take you anywhere. That's the truth. Sooner or later, you lose everything. You lose the email, which you can actually use it to warm up the audience to a point where they begin to trust every offer you are giving them. So you can see that is how beautiful this concept is. So if you check, this email that you are seeing here was actually written by one single person. Sorry, the person that sent this actually sent me up to 3 different scamming email using the same email, especially in the case of this one. Let me come here. In the case of this very one, this is the email. This very email was sent using this same domain, and then together with this one, and they are giving me 2 different offers. You can see they claim it is an update to my wallet, which I don't have an account with any phantom wallet. That automatically means it's a scam right from the beginning. So you can see, so I don't need even to go further. By the time I start going down, you can see the person cannot even show himself or any identity, because this person knows that this email is just a scam. They just succeeded in copying another person's template and they forwarded it to me. The same thing, as you can clearly see here, they say I have a parcel with one false number and the rest of them claiming to be within 24 hours. If I scroll down, you get to see some nonsense information that doesn't even have any sense, with a fraudulent IP API key that was connected to a website that doesn't really add anything to it. But if you come to the legitimate email here, you can see this one makes it very, very clear. So you can see the difference between this one. This person may influencers can do so thing. The person tried to give an idea of what influencers are doing to get rank, and then he does everything, then throw me an offer, and then I also asked me to check, and then with other relevant stuff. I know for those who don't have their own website, it might be difficult, but even with your normal email, you can set very good email like this. I do that too. So I'm just teaching you the basics of this, and there are additional ways in which we do some of these things, which you need to be careful so that you don't end up in spam folder and a host of other things. There are a lot of techniques that are involved in this thing, even from the heading and a host of other things. I'm going to be breaking all these things down as time goes on, so that you get to appreciate how you can build yourself. This skill will not only help you to help businesses solve problems, but it can even help you solve your own business problem. And it's going to be very easy for you if somebody is giving you an offer for something like this. Take for example this kind of person. If I'm writing an email to this kind of person, I'm going to write it in a way that by the time he sees it, him being a good copywriter too and an email marketer, he will know exactly what I'm talking, and he'll be able to agree to the solution I'll be offering. So that is how I was able to meet a lot of people on this internet space that I'm talking to you about, the likes of some of the top businesses that you can think of as big as Mr. Beast and the rest of them. The list is endless. I've constantly showed you new email of my interaction with them, even on other social media platforms. So this copywriting, you need to understand that it's very, very broad a little bit. We have the different type of copywriting. You have type of copywriting. Sorry, you have your closing. Then this closing will carry your business name or your name and other relevant information, if possible your website or your social media handle. That is how you build reputation, so that you are actually building yourself and then creating publicity for yourself. Yes, very easy. Then you need to understand that we have different types of copywriting. These types of copywriting can come in different ways. For those who are into blogging, some people write copies for blogs. We have, for those who write for blogs, we have email copywriters, we have blog, we have website writer, we have ads, those who write ads copy, we have those who write for sales copy, that is sales for product, both physical and digital product. We have another group again. So the list is endless. This can come both in form of, these copies can come both in form of pictures, even as ordinary as pictures that you are seeing, or it can come some video, which is what we call video sales later. You see them on product, on platform, on pages that sell content, sell both digital and physical stuff. I've showed you an sample before. If you go to Temu, Amazon, you will get to see these ones. It can also come in form of text. So those are the interesting forms in which these copies can come. Even for website too, they can come as website copies. So the list is endless, just depending on what you want to do, because the entire essence of writing this copy is to persuade It can either be for the purpose of passing information or sales or creating awareness. So that is the main aim of everything when it comes to writing. So we have different types for those who do ghostwriting, all these things, everything falls under copywriting. Copywriting will give you a general view, which from there you can narrow down to whatsoever you want. So I believe you learned something in this particular video. I'm going to make this complete template available with time. So do well to constantly check. If you are just coming across this channel for the first time, I strongly believe that you have learned something that you've never learned before in this particular video. So what I want from you is implementation. Rather than watching the next video, please do well to implement these things. They will really help you and they will really boost your professionalism. People who practice are people who turn to become better. I am better today because I practice some of these things and I'm showing you guys in this particular video. So practice and then build your professionalism. It goes beyond going to write any beautiful resume on your profile. You can actually see I've shown you practical example here. So do well to take note. And let me mark this as a note of warning for anyone who want to pick this information and he will use it to scam online. Let me tell you, you are going to be caught, because trust me, I try as much as possible to discourage people to be lazy, and I try as much as possible to give people the proper information. Or if you feel the internet space is too big that you cannot compete, you cannot learn, you can go and continue to play your football bet. Maybe by the time you get tired of gambling, your sense or your brain will begin to tell you what to do next. So see you guys in my next video. Thanks once again.